Hello everyone, and welcome back to the King of Arms channel. Now if you see in our last video, we went over how to disassemble the Glock19 Gen 4. If you're wondering why I split these two videos up, I just figured it'd be easier for people to pick one or the other if they're looking for one. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and take all our parts, reassemble them. So if you meet me back at the table, I'll show you how it's done. Thank you. We're back here at the tabletop for the reassembly of the Glock19 slide. So the first thing I like to do is start with the striker assembly. So what you want to do is you want to take this spacer sleeve. You want to put the striker back into it, just like this. Then, last time I showed you how you could use your slide to do this, but this time I'm going to show you with this tool made by Vism. They actually have a place to put your spacer sleeve and striker. That way you can get the spring and spring cups back on. So we're going to take the spring, we're going to put it down, we're going to depress the spring, then we're going to take one of the cups. We're going to pop one cup in, then we're going to move it to the side, and we're going to pop the second cup in. You want to do this real careful because these like to fall or fly. There you go, just like that. So now it'll spring. So we can pull this out of our little Vism tool. We can set this to the side for now. And we're going to pick up your extractor depressor plunger and the spring for it. And we're going to put that back on, just like that. Set that to the side. Now, we're going to take the striker safety and striker safety spring. We're going to push it back in its hole. And then we're going to take the striker assembly and slide it back down. And we're going to get it in place. And then we're going to push down on the striker safety. And what that'll do is it'll latch it. So now it's all locked in. Then we can take your extractor. We can put it back into place and push down on the safety once more. Oh. Push down on the... Excuse me, guys. So pop it back in just like that. Then we'll take the extractor depressor plunger assembly. We're going to put it back down in its hole, just like that. Then we'll take the base cover. We're going to get it started. Hold our thumb on it. Then you're going to need to take your tool and you're going to need to press on the spacer sleeve first. Then we'll move the plate up a little bit and then we're going to put the plunger down. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll push the spacer down, move it up, push the plunger down, click it back into place, and now she's fully assembled. We're going to go ahead and reassemble the Glock19 Gen 4 frame. So the first thing you want to go ahead and do, we're going to move the frame to the side for now. We're going to grab the trigger bar and trigger. We're also going to grab the trigger housing, the connector, and the trigger spring. So the first thing that goes in is you want to place the connector in. So it's real simple. It just slides right back into its little slot, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and put the trigger spring back on the trigger bar. So the nice thing about this is if you hit this ramp, it just pops right in, super easy. Then we're going to take the trigger spring and we're going to connect it to the trigger housing. So in the back here, there's also another little ramp. So if you hit that ramp properly as well, the trigger should pop right in, just like that. Then we're going to bring it back and we're going to pop in the trigger bar into the trigger housing. So you just kind of pop it down into the side and it goes in just like that. So that's back together. So we're going to go ahead and take that and we're going to place it back into the frame. So it slides in just like this. Nice and tight. You'll hear it click in. And then we're going to go ahead and put the trigger housing pin back in just to keep it locked down. So I'm going to take the back of my punch tool, press it in, just like that. And then we'll use the punch to finish it off. There we go. So that's back in. Next, we're going to go ahead and put the slide release, well, the slide lock, and the slide lock spring back in. So first you want to put in the slide lock spring. Where it's like the little L shape, will drop down in its little hole, and then you're just going to push it in with your finger or your Glock tool. There we go. Now we're going to have to depress that spring to get the slide lock back in. So we're going to go ahead and push that down real tight. Let me get a good grip on this. So we're going to go ahead and push it down. And then you should be able to slide your slide lock right back in. Just like that. So as you can see, it's back in. Now, we're going to put the locking block back in. So here's your locking block. We'll go ahead and push that guy right in. Now before we do anything else, I like to put the locking block pin back in. Like the tip I told you in the last video, this pin's going to be the first in and the last out. So you're going to smack it a little bit with the back of your tool and then finish it off with the pin. There we go. You'll hear it click in. So now the locking block pin's back in. We're going to take the slide release and we're going to slide it in. And then lastly, we have the trigger pin. It's the big fat one. So to get this in, we're going to start it. I usually start it from this side. And then you're going to move this slide release up and down if you have to. Sometimes you don't. This time I didn't. It slid right in. And we're going to take our punch just to finish getting it in place. There we go. That's the full reassembly of the frame. Now we're back and we're here at the final stages of reassembling your Glock19. Now, when I was showing you how to reassemble the slide, I left the barrel and recoil assembly out for a reason. I wanted to show you. So whenever they say field strip a weapon, this is going to be your field strip. This is so you can clean it really quickly, put it back together. So now we're going to finish up. So first, you want to take your barrel. You want to slide the end portion of the barrel in first and get it stuck just like this. Whoa, there we go. All right, so it should just drop into place just like that. It locks in. Then you want to take the fat end of your recoil assembly, put it at the end towards the barrel, and then you're going to push in on it, and it's going to latch in onto the barrel at this side as well, just like that. But you want to get it in a little farther. There we go. So that's back together. Now we can take your frame and your slide, and you're going to line them up on these little rails. Click it back into place. I like to rack it a few times just to make sure everything's working, and then check the trigger. Do it one more time. Trigger's good. And now she's fully assembled. Just need to put in the magazine. There we go. Hello everyone, that's going to be it for the reassembly of the Glock19 Gen 4. If you liked what you've seen today, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. If you want to see what I have planned in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I like to leave every video with a question of the day, so today's question is, what's your favorite aftermarket part? I like to go with threaded barrels. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm Biggie. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys, and we'll catch you next time on the King of Arms.